Welcome to Biz Wire. I'm Neil Jones in Beijing. According to the China Daily, the chief of the People's Bank of China is ready to accelerate the freeing up of deposit interest rates. He was speaking at a forum on China-France financial cooperation. The governor of central bank, Zhou Xiaochuan, said the central bank is considering going further with interest reforms, particularly with deposit interest rates. Zhou said that China has been building a system for market-based interest rates in the past 2 decades. New and more mechanisms need to be established to lift the control on deposit interest rates. He identified market-oriented conditions. This falls in line with the liberalization on interest rates that began in July. According to Zhou, the control on deposit interest rates is going to be removed gradually and prudently. The central bank widened the upper limit of the floating range for deposit interest rates to 1.1 times the benchmark interest rate in June of 2012, constituting a major step toward total freeing up deposit interest rates. Xiaochuan, the chief of the statistics department of the central bank, said that there are many countries with successful experiences of free deposit interest rates where they removed the limit on fluctuations in a progressive manner. Zhou feels that with China, it should start from long-term to short-term and from small to large deposits. The central bank is guarding against risks and it's cautioned against abrupt changes, said Guo Tianyong, a financial professor at the Central University of Finance and Economics. It is very unlikely that the fluctuation limit for deposit interest rates will be completely abolished before 2015. The trend toward more flexible interest rates has stirred up concerns that the profitability of China's banking industry will be severely hampered, since about 80% of the profits are generated by net interest margins. A report by Group 2012, a privately run economic research team, rebuffed the concerns in a recent report. They said that since 1998, net interest margins at major Chinese banks floated between 2.2% to 3.2%. In 2010, 2011, and 2012, the average net interest margins of Chinese banks were 2.57%, 2.79%, and 2.76%, near the average level of the past 15 years. Zhou from the People's Bank said that China will step up efforts to institute full convertibility for yuan capital accounts. To achieve that goal, China must adjust its management on cross-border capital flows so that enterprises could reduce their costs in financial transactions and various kinds of investment activities. Zhou also called for the simplification of the administrative approval procedures for the exchange rate management system, switching the emphasis from granting approval to supervision, from micro to macro management, and from positive to negative lists. He encouraged investment from qualified domestic and foreign institutional investors, specifying that the approval system over the investment quantity and qualification of these investors could be revoked if necessary. Other reforms include setting up a negative list system as well as raising the cross-border investment quotas, which will be scrapped, he said, when the time is ripe. Another factor that will influence the market conditions is China will also allow private firms to form small and medium financial institutions. You're watching Biz Wire on the Blue Ocean Network, China's first and only privately owned broadcast media. All of the stories can be seen on our website, BONTV/biz-wire. In just a second, we'll continue with more insight into the big picture of China's economy.